The minimoog was the defining instrument of its generation. And although it did remain in production from 1970 to 1981, only 13,000 were ever made, a lot of them by hand, and all of them, to some degree, unique. The brainchild of Bob Moog, who had already introduced the general public to the idea of a music synthesizer, with his groundbreaking work with Walter Carlos on switched-on Bach, the minimoog was expressly designed for gigging musicians, offering them the same limitless access to new sounds as was currently available only to students of electronic music in university music labs. Almost immediately, the minimoog captured the hearts, minds and ears of musicians, from prog rockers like Keith Emerson and Rick Wakeman to the jazz community with Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea. In fact, it's a great testament to the design that music from screaming rock to subtle jazz, and today you can also throw in electronica, funk and hip-hop, can be elicited from the minimoog's modest circuitry. What was the secret of minimoog's success? In part, it was physical simplicity, where its small number of grabbable knobs and switches are laid out in a logical signal flow that positively begged to be tweaked. In part, it really is the fundamental sound. The oscillators, and most importantly, the 24 dB octave low-pass filter and superfast contour generator that gives the sound an edge you can just about shave with. Big, beefy, fat, yes, but the minimoog is also capable of great subtlety and variety. The minimoog is monophonic, although its 3 oscillators can be pitched independently to form a chord of sorts. Each oscillator offers square, rectangle, sine or sawtooth waveforms, and can even be used as an LFO, an arrangement that can make a mini almost sound digital. External audio can be patched in and processed using the Moog filters and envelope generators, and you have both white and pink noise. The filter is dedicated low pass with emphasis, a name that the industry would rename as resonance in due course. The filter, as does the amplifier, has its own dedicated ADS envelope or contour generator. Set the resonance to full, 10, and the filter will produce a pure self-oscillating sine wave, effectively providing another sound source, albeit problematic to control in terms of tuning, itself a perennial problem with the minimoog. Then of course you have glide, or what would soon be known as portamento. Where would Keith Emerson's career be without this, eh? Few synths have the character of a minimoog. Whether it's fat and rubbery Moog bass, classic portamento-laden lead lines, or effects like filter sweeps, there is a unique richness and density to the sound that no other monosynth has come close to. This is an instrument that not only defined a genre, it inspired a whole new generation of keyboard players who now had something they could solo with the equivalent power of a Les Paul through a Marshall stack. It's a huge compliment to Arturia that Bob Moog himself heartily endorsed this virtual recreation of the minimoog, stating that it captures the magic of the original classic minimoog. The minimoog V's underlying TAE, or True Analog Emulation technology, delivers oscillators that are dynamically generated, in other words, true to the spirit of analog, as opposed to being fossilized samples or wavetables. The filters on the minimoog V, though of necessity digital, still offer the same independence of frequency cutoff point and emphasis, or resonance. And in the updated 1.5 version, the filter envelopes have been made faster still, for when you're looking to recreate sounds with that unmistakable minimoog razor edge. The minimoog V lets you enjoy the same immediate access to key components that you get on a physical minimoog. But now, of course, you can store sounds, play in tune, and explore the wonder of this classic instrument in a modern DAW setting. Bob not only would have been, he was proud.